Happens.
Hey everyone, I didn't get a countdown this time and apparently we're live. Hi. So we're still getting drop frames as you can see. We've decided to do a short sort of Q&A, just let you know what the characters are up to, where the story's kind of going. You guys can ask any questions you want. I do apologize for the, hey, we're going live with a session and then not. But unfortunately, there's not much we can do. So what I'll be doing is, as soon as we're finishing here, I will be putting all the little animations that you guys asked for as one big long sort of video, and I'll put that on YouTube for you guys to go have a look at. Hope you have a good time with that. It also has our friends Dingo and Felix having released their Kickstarter, so one of those ads was for them. I was not sent many assets yet because they were like, oh God, we're so busy. I just had to kind of make that on the fly. So hopefully you guys like it. It took a while. Yeah, we are running a one-shot for them, by the way, this coming Wednesday. Our tech, Josh, I know usually we don't have you speak, but if you want to turn your mic on and just say hi.
Yes, hello. I just need to balance my own microphone. That's weird. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm Josh the Pirate. Well, look, I have the power here. Hang on. I'm gonna impersonate Shannon for a minute. Hello, everybody. I be Josh the Pirate, and yeah, I'm gonna run a one-shot with Fool's Gold on this coming Wednesday, which is exciting. With Winter's Tales and. Rachel Fukar is going to be there, and Matt Brown. Are we confirming Matt Brown?
We're going to have to either confirm him pretty much by the end of the weekend or find a fourth player.
That would be nice. Yeah, one way or the other. Hopefully Matt Brown from Split the Party. And there's a fourth person.
There is.
Do you remember who they are? Hang on.
We're so good at this. They were like, before they're like, oh, look at this professionalism.
Very
know,
professional.
Double checks and stuff. And then we're like, we had 4 players, right? There was a 4th,
No.
yeah. Yeah, to be remembered is about right. But yeah, there's a fourth person because Dingo reached out and asked if we can do a one shot, and I said, hey, I'll do 2.
It's like, hey, you want me to do one thing? I'll do you 2 favors.
So Josh is doing 1. I'm doing the other.
Des from the Eldritch Scribe. That's the one.
There you go.
I remembered. I didn't. I looked it up. Yeah.
All these issues, by the way, that are
Much
happening,
good.
I'm going to put all the blame on Shannon.
Yeah.
Mostly because she's so mean to her DMs usually, that the tech has just struck back at her.
Yeah.
Not realizing that she's not here.
And
By the tech, I don't mean Josh. I mean like the technology involved.
Yeah.
So if we could, get a bunch of those blame Shannons in chat, that'd be great. Thank you very much, guys. Good God. Yep. So if you guys have any questions, start asking them in the chat, and we will get our tech, who's probably going to stay in Sloan's spot, looking as pretty as ever,
Why not?
to record them down, and we're going to start going through them.
I have a question. Why is Shannon so terrible?
I don't know. She
Oh no.
she
Terrible
really
at being
does.
bad.
Yeah. Why is she so sweet and lovely and easy to blame? There you are. There you are,
He doesn't
Shannon.
mean-
Backwards compliment. I do mean that. Why are you so sweet and lovely and easy to blame? All right. Yeah, come on, hit us up. I
So the other thing
have
is-
deep questions about Ignis, but yeah, no, sorry, Nova, you go.
I was just going to continue by saying that we have the other Full Squad one shot on November 6th, which has myself DMing. Raise your hand if you're from this party and playing in that, please. Yay! Look, are you playing the characters you play here? We're not sure about Arron yet. He's like, maybe. We'll figure that out soon.
I know I said yes to a one shot. I know that.
We will definitely figure that out very soon. We're doing well with this professionalism thing.
Is Shannon raising a hand?
Fuck.
I don't believe so. I think she's busy, is what I was told. Which was a shame because November 6th is my birthday, so she effectively just said she didn't want to come to her birthday party, which
That's fair. I
is
mean,
very rude. I thought we were friends, Shannon. What is this? So, anyways, I think we said that Auric was maybe gonna play a Weaver, which is like a
There's about a
spider
80%
guy.
Spider
chance
guy.
I'm playing Weaver Auric.
So
Excellent.
I'm excited for.
Which is really cool because with Auric being his apparently spider god, he
Spider
now gets to
King.
become
Yep.
a Spider-Man. So yeah, Kelsey is playing, I believe, Saren,
Yep.
and then we have Shelby playing. I think we're getting the player for Gothy from Fool's Gold joining in, which would be really cool.
Ooh.
And
As Gothy?
I'm hoping so, but I also don't want to force her into the role, her character. If she wants to play something new, she can play something new. But it'd be nice to have you guys arrive at some point in that Fool's Gold story next to Gothy. Just be like, what's going on? Where are we? Why are we here? And she's like, look at the thing we're currently fighting. And you just have to sort of deal with causing alternate timelines. So
I think the other thing we should address with the audience is that who the fuck is Guy Bonnetemp?
yes, I believe his name is Guy, yeah?
Yes, Guy Bontemps, actually, yes. Literal translation would be party guy.
Love it.
Excellent.
Do you want to do intros?
Yeah, we can do a little bit of intro, but we're going to start with Kevin there so he can explain his character a little bit. So let us know who you are, where you're from, and a bit about your character.
Okay, I am Kevin from Dirty 20 Gaming. That bunch of the people in the chat there making happy all over the place. I know a lot of them. And the character you guys, first of all, thank you for asking me to do this. It was great fun playing with you guys last time in Quest Arden, or Arden Quest. I'm already switching words. But yes, that was great fun, and I'm really looking forward to this. There is one similarity between that character and this one. They're both cops, and I wasn't expecting it either time. This particular Guy, on a personal level, is the third variant of this character. The last time I played him, he was a warlock that should have been a bard, but was too lazy to learn the spells. And then there was an alternate version of himself that made one very different decision and became kind of evil. So I played that one for a little while too. This is the one that stayed serious and became the bard. So we're going to see what his French Canadian drunken self can do to attempt to control this lot.
Okay.
I have a question for Kevin.
Yes.
Do you have kids? Because your character name's always dad jokes.
Well, no, and I've got time to make all those dad jokes because I don't have kids. So. Yes, I have the age, but not the exhaustion of chasing the little bastards around and trying to make them behave. So.
He's closely observed several dads to get.
Oh yes. All my friends on their pictures on Facebook are either pictures of their grandkids or fish. I'm at that age, so.
I think.
Use Facebook.
I think.
Well, that's the thing. They're also old. They're only on Facebook. That's my problem.
I think Kevin's going to be an interesting addition because while you've got Kelsey's character Saren, who's sort of like this a bit no nonsense as well, trying to keep these people on track. It's still keeping them on track, doing what they already kind of do, which is just make horrible mistakes. And then you're coming in from a different point of view because they've all just teleported into the capital city of Etredale, named Etrelon. And you are effectively a cop there who is going to be the first on the scene. I'm not trying to give away too much for the next session because we're not going to be playing it right now unless something magically fixes itself. But yeah, you'll be the first on the scene to be kind of like, you there, stop. You have committed a crime? We don't know. People ran away from you screaming. We'll figure it out. What happened here?
Yeah, you appeared out of nowhere and I have questions. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, ready to go.
And a lot of those questions, I imagine, will be, why do you smell like burning? Why are you covered in blood? Why do you have children? What is going on here?
Yeah. I watched the last episode this afternoon, so I am vaguely caught up. And yeah, to drop that into the middle of a city, I would not the real world. I wouldn't want to be the cop that showed up. But yeah, this should be fun.
Just
I think it's where
paperwork turns right around and leaves.
Yeah.
You just walk up, you just see a
no
smoldering
overtime this
fucking
week. I gotta
building.
go. Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
whoa,
hey, yo,
hard
this
pass.
is way above my pay grade.
Hard
FBI,
pass.
please step in.
I really love that of the original party of monsters that Nova unleashed upon this world 2.5 seasons ago. The only one left is Auric, and you are still having to ride not one but 2 people riding herd on them. I think the problem might be Auric.
No, like I said in chat, Auric
was
has
always
done
Auric.
nothing wrong.
Or well, look, there's still
If you don't
two.
believe that, just ask him. He'll tell you.
There's still 2 like players that cause infinite headaches outside the city. Let's not forget that. Shannon
Yeah, and
Shelby
no
was
one's riding a herd
first,
on them.
but they've been let loose. Shannon is her character. Sloan is just a barbarian who has a fancy sword which speaks to her, and she thinks that's neat, as she just murders everything. And then she's traveling with Nia, who is Shelby, or Whistleway Works character, and that girl has issues. The issues
Yeah.
of both happen to be that Sloan killed Nia's family apparently during a raid, and now they kind
What
of
I'm
stuck
hearing
together.
is it's their fault. Well, everything that's gone wrong. That's all I'm hearing.
It does.
right here.
I would say 90% of the problems are their fault. To give a really quick recap of the very start of our campaign, it was, hey Nia, this place doesn't like magic. It's a crime to use magic here. Don't use magic. 10 seconds later, she casts a message spell out to the party, which sets off a bunch of wards, and they will get chased. Then there was a trial by combat sort of thing, where it was meant to be kind of a bit of a fight, and Sloan just straight up murdered someone in that
In
fight.
daylight,
In broad daylight, in the middle of a ring, everyone watching, and it was meant to be a case of like,
amongst their fans.
this guy's down, he's out, he can't get back up, and she's like, no more, hack. So it
Someone really
been
should have
rough.
cleared that up with the barbarian. Like, also, this is a non-lethal fight, because if someone says trial by combat to me, I'm like, okay, so we kill each other, right? That's the idea.
well, the thing is, right?
Did someone specify?
It was meant to be a fight between
Yeah, it was
Leaf-
specified actually.
Okay.
Yeah, between Leaf and
In which
someone
case, it's
else.
Shannon's fault. Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to be a fight between Leaf and the head of this other adventuring party, this NPC party, and Leaf was like, "I have a second," and just showed the giant barbarian, and they're like, "Oh no, this will be fun."
So that was there was a job that we were doing for Leaf to kill that guy. So it was not entirely random. And in the very first session, or no, in the pre-session, before we even started streaming, Agent's character was doing some. Agent and Leaf were, Saros and Leaf were getting us in trouble too with magic. All I'm seeing here is that through the entire adventure, Auric has never caused a problem. He's been reckless, but he's never caused a problem.
Yeah, look, let's be honest. Auric is kind of a
Terrible
bit.
father.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I meant for the party. I've caused many problems for my daughter.
Yeah.
My
it's like-
personal life shambles, but for the party, I've been alright.
This is just about our work life.
I
mean, yeah,
do
you
think-
talk to Winston, and I think he might disagree.
Yeah, I'm not talking about ethics. I'm talking about,
I think Auric is like, he's a bit of a delinquent. He doesn't pay attention to things. He's caused problems, but he's not the problem. You have just a psycho freaking murderer in Sloan who's doing her best.
Who's
She's
a
also-
sweetheart.
disguised under the sweetest person on the
Yeah,
planet.
she's like, oh,
Yeah.
I just want hugs and to make everyone feel good, and also desserts
Murder.
are great, but then murder.
well, she's an addict, kind of, because she likes the good feeling that the god in her Kopesh gives her.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
she's
what
that
Sloan
parallel,
is.
but I haven't
She's
really-
Jude
yeah.
without the tail, to be honest.
All these people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
terrible. A majority of these people are terrible.
Yeah. It says the
Saracen-
guy
I am
who's immolated an entire
possibly-
city.
I am possibly
Ashman.
chaotic lawful. I am possibly chaotic lawful.
I would pay that.
Take
Because-
this well.
I play
I'm probably
whatever
the
rules I choose
only
at this time.
moral fucking character out of this entire endeavor.
Saren's pretty.
I've
moral.
had to
I
do
think Saren's
what
got some
is
good
needs
morals.
to be done.
Yeah, to be fair, Ignis kind of was like.
Saren has at least like a focus to sit there and be all like, okay, we got to protect people. Ignis is all like, I really do not like this job, like that I have been that this responsibility has been forced upon me, along with everyone else concurrently around me, also casting fire spells to set fire to zombies. My problem is that it's just like, this is really fucked up. There's no easy way to solve this unless I have like the magic to cast greater restoration on an entire city, which is literally impossible.
Yeah, you kind of.
This
you
is
got
an
there
uphill
and-
task.
And they were like, oh, whatever this is doesn't seem to have a cure and it's spreading really fast. What can we do? And you're like, I know fire spells. And they just kind of ushered you to the front of several groups, being like, we would like these people to be ash. And it just got worse from there for you. Like, you're right. You didn't really get a choice. It was a case of the cure is almost as bad as the disease, but that almost is a very important word there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because like you have to take into the idea that it's just like you can't use greater restoration on somebody who's already been marginally affected, which I don't even know what the percentage is. And also on top of that, it could rapidly increase in volume or in spreading if I cast greater restoration on somebody who's already, I don't know how far gone they are.
The look on your face when you did that was precious. That was...
So I am just hoping that this does not continue as a thing.
oh no, well,
Because
you
that entire city is
Oh.
gone.
Oh,
That
yeah.
name cannot follow me.
Ashman, you don't want to be called that anymore.
No.
What is the name of the staff?
To me that I did not want.
What is the name of your
Staff of the Ash Lord? I mean, it's basically
Staff
the
of the
same
Ash
thing.
Lord.
But it's your
That's
stuff.
fine.
I didn't
Says it right
choose
there on the
that
side.
name. That wasn't me. That was fucking Nova.
But it's your stuff,
He's
so
like,
it's
"Here's
you're
a
the staff.
of the Ash Lord.
And you were like, this stuff's pretty cool, and there's me just giggling
It's cool
behind a
because
Discord
of the stats.
And it's yours, so you're the Ash Lord, right?
Now he is, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know who the Ash Lord is.
I think it's you, buddy.
I
If you don't know
love
who the
to
Ash Lord
know who
is,
the
it's
Ash
probably
Lord
you.
is.
If you're in a room with people and you can't see the Ash Lord, you are the Ash Lord.
You're probably the Ash Lord.
I've never seen Ignis and the Ash Lord in the same room together.
And then we have Saren's character, who has kind of been a bit mysterious, but I do like that every time you show up, it's just like, I'm here to get shit done. And shit just
Yeah.
kind of does get done.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm going to go save some
Basically-
kids. And you say, I mean, look, Ignis helped a lot because he grew
He was
wings.
a
and you-
surfboard.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
served
Yeah,
him through a building.
Which he's
But-
getting a hug for. Like, freaking. So much
I rolled with
appreciation.
it. Yeah, no, Kelsey's great, by the way. Great RPer, great player. So 100% about what had
The
happened
rest
last
of you
session.
fuckers.
The fact of the matter is, I think Ignis would not function as at least like the shining light without somebody being there to direct him on where to go. And so
She's the
I
focusing
think,
lens.
It's where the
Yeah.
chaotic part of the chaotic lawful comes in.
yeah, it's just like he's so bright and shiny, and it's just like Saren just focuses the land of the flashlight just to make sure
Blinded
it's
by his own
pointing in the
light.
right direction. Yeah, because he's stupid. He has a 0 for intelligence. He has a +0 to intelligence.
Oh no.
One thing for Saren, I believe,
I
and
do not
won't-
play intelligent characters.
I won't go too much into your backstory because it's not time for it. But this return to, yes, it is, but also it can't be.
had
This return
questions.
to Echelon is also a return home for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, what's up with that?
no,
Oh,
well,
you can show us around town.
well, yeah, but more, how are you feeling about that? How does your character feel about sort of just like arriving into echelon and just be like, "Oh, welcome back," because you left for a reason. You should
Yeah,
have to tell everyone.
may or may not be like as soon as like figure out like okay, we're out of the city. It's like, oh great, hugs Ignis, like fuck it, thank you, you beautiful man. It's like freaking say to all these people, then realizes where we are. It's like, oh shit, and like just starts taking off like her
beautiful
wrap
man.
and like putting it around her head.
Listen, I had
where the
no
road
idea
part
where
comes
we
in.
were going. I would
okay.
have thought we would have ended up on like a hillside at least, like
I'm not
something
blaming you,
like.
but yeah, like she's gonna be
It's
taking
fucking-
like
oh,
her
by the
little
way.
cloth wrap and like putting it around her head.
By the way, this teleportation ring, it recharges after a long rest. Yeah. I
Nope.
didn't just spend.
No, you can just do it again and again. It's got
So
10
it
charges
doesn't
though.
No,
Yeah,
it's got
that's
20 charges, but I'm saying, does that recharge?
So it had, I believe, and I'll have to. I don't have my notes open in front of me because I was like, oh, we're not doing things. It'll take me a minute to scroll through and find it.
I'm
I
a
believe it
little
had-
bit more.
I believe it had 20 charges
Yeah.
for 10 years.
Yeah.
Which was they're doing like on special sale for you, Ignis, because they find your soul interesting. And then you were like, how about 5 now, 5 later? And they wiped away half the charges. And they're like, okay. But you only have half the charges now. You can do 5 now, 5 later, but you
My-
don't get all the charges.
Okay, it's not.
It was
about,
to
like, all the
transport
charges,
20
it's
people as
about-
well.
Yeah, that too.
It was more about the sense that how many times can this magic item be used is my problem, because if I'm giving away my life to have an item that will have a decent amount of charges that recharge at the dawn at least, that would be extremely useful, and at the expenditure of a character's life, 10 years at max, I expect it to charge at dawn.
Oric will reverse engineer it. Don't worry.
There's a thing that's from D&D with Asmodeus being like, read the fine print, which I'm not to like
It's
be an
not
arsehole
read
to
the
your
fine
character.
print. It's your NPC needs to note that.
It never said anything about recharging. So unfortunately it does.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you also can transport 20 people with this teleport spell, which is, I believe, like 4
Huge.
Twice as many, I
times
think.
the standard. So that is huge. You can effectively, if you want to jump back and forth a few times, you can get a sizable fighting force in somewhere. There's a lot you can do with 9 remaining charges that can transport.
Hey, when are we
20 people.
when are we leveling up?
I'll think about it.
When are we leveling up?
When probably
When are
beginning
we
of next
leveling up?
season.
When you get to the next milestone, or do you
Yeah.
use experience points?
I do
No,
use monsters.
Miles.
I'm actually thinking, when did you last? Since no one else was here, Sean. When did
End
you
of last season.
End of last season.
Here we go.
You've like leveled up at the end of each season.
That's when I remembered the stat cards changing.
Yeah, it'll be probably a little while longer, because there's the milestone I want you to reach, which should be, not to give too much away, roughly mid-season, and then you'll probably get a.
I mean, also Ignis hasn't done anything to earn it really. He's just burned commoners.
I mean,
They
yeah,
have almost
like,
no.
Have you
don't
seen the
get.
South Park
Oh,
episode
I'm
where they're like,
fucking
"We're gonna go into the
sorry."
forest and just kill boars"? That's what he did. But it was
Yes.
people. He's just like,
Uh,
they
I'm
want
pretty
to
sure a
crazy,
commoner doesn't have
right?
any experience have any attached to
toe
it.
to toe with that little fucking piece of shit, and avoided being frozen in place twice, saved somebody else, and then blew her up from a distance. I
Commoners
faced
are
off
worth
against
10
Flesh.
experience each.
Are they? Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's
So,
Hey,
must-
at
If I
level 15.
if we're
must
leveling
kill,
up
like-
for facing
I
off
killed-
flesh, I sent her
I've
to the
killed
void a few
giant
times.
flesh monsters. I've killed the giant flesh monsters and demons, and I've saved people. I've put people down. I have faced off against flesh. At some fucking point, I earned whatever level up's coming my way.
I think if you probably would have put down a couple thousand people over those few months. So like, at 2,000 times 10, that's like 20,000 experience. That's got to be close to a full level 15.
2,000? Oh,
At
no,
15,
man.
no.
At least.
No, you have hundreds
that,
of thousands.
that very first courtyard had 200 people in it.
And there's at least there should be at least a 20% shame
what
tax
was-
on that.
I don't want to do
I'll-
this.
I'll call it-
push. Just got
I
thrown
call
out
it
as
5.
well.
I call it 5 because I gave up 10 years of my life.
5. You've only given up 5 so far.
5 so far. Hey, you did make the deal that it's 5 now, 5 later. But if you die between that period, she gets your soul.
Yeah.
Bad
Which I'm not gonna let happen.
move with a hag, but
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. Definitely.
I asked
you have to
you
kill
if she
its
was
mum.
a fae.
She didn't have to tell you the truth.
Let me just double check something here.
You were
She's
fake
a
because you have
hag,
to
she's
tell
a
me if
fae.
you have
Let
to
me
tell
double
me if
Hags
it,
are fey.
Yeah,
Hags
hags
are
are
fae.
fae.
Yeah, no,
Or
hags are fae.
even if
Why
it's
did
even if it's a nightmare hag, that's still a fiend, which I would
Yeah,
have
no,
picked up
that was
on.
that's correct. What was the spell you cast? Detect something.
Good and evil.
Detect
Good
good,
and evil. Is that
good and
one?
evil, yeah.
The DM.
One of the most
The DM
now
made a
in
mistake.
5e,
Yeah,
one of the most poorly named spells there is, but that's not what it does at all. it
just should be-
identifies a certain
should be-
racial
should be
feature in the
detect-
area.
My mistake. I didn't hear you say Fae. So
So fae, fiend, celestial, and
Undead. Hold on.
I'm dead.
and
Yeah.
undead. Yeah.
And elementals,
elementals
isn't it?
as well.
Yeah.
Vibrations. Pretty much anything.
I'll put it like this. She was a Fae to the PowerPoint that you start losing. You know, being just a Fae, you would have been like, you're a Fae, but something else. You're an anime guy. You know when Ichigo shows up to fight Aizen at the end, and he's like, I can't even feel your effectively your power level. What the fuck's this? And he's like, murders him. It's that. It's like, yeah, you're a guy with a sword, but what can you do to me? Oh god, I'm dead. So
No, it's oh god, I'm trapped.
that too. Yes.
I've been jailed by my own body. Fucking look it up, Nova. You goddamn
Oh,
normie.
it's been like years since I've seen that. Come on.
Fucking normie.
I have a question, Nova. Actually,
Yes.
you said Saren has a history in this town. Would ye know, or at least maybe know of, beyond them meeting them as or knowing of them as a group for the immediate purposes of this?
So your character, being a cop, would have a pretty good understanding of the main family branches of the main houses, but it's kind of like how you are not part of, like you're technically of some blood, but you're not the main branch that everyone kind of goes, oh, they get all the respect and power and all this and that. You can call in favors, you get certain rights, but you're not, throwing around all that authority. So if Saren was part of anything, you wouldn't have heard of her.
Perfect.
Because Talonray is not a name you've heard of.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
No worries.
And I am. This is what I'm gonna deal with for like a year. I can feel it.
I apologize that I made that mistake
No,
there.
no. It's not
feel
fine.
bad.
It's not fine. It's
I mean,
it's not fine. It needs refinement.
I mean,
No, I don't blame you. I've made many mistakes on D6. It's a fucking
a random
it's a nightmare
like.
trying to keep track of everything.
I think from the descriptions of that hag, we could have safely assumed some trickery was afoot. But
Or they could have cast something which prevented you from recognizing them for being their true selves.
Or there was a
prison
special
around them,
cage.
magic prison. Yeah.
They were
I feel like
in
it's
some
like
sort of
I feel like it
magic
probably was like a good omens kind of thing. It's just like I
Yeah.
can't see your aura. Well, it's kind of like
It's very nice.
looking. You're already in there. You're in
the
his
shop for
aura.
repairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep breaking it.
It just looks like background lighting now.
I'm just
Cool.
seeing if there's any questions in the chat.
I haven't seen
I
any.
don't think we have.
I have one though. This one be for everybody. What is your current goal? What are you currently trying to
Good question.
achieve?
everyone becomes confused as they're like, goal? We have those?
I have
I have a goal.
I have a very
goal.
distinct goal.
Because I think
I'm gonna
I'm
kill
reasonably
a
confident
hag's
everybody's
mother.
is different.
That's on the list. I'm gonna kill a hag's mother. That's on
Yeah.
the list.
That's
Sounds
true.
great.
And then the second
Sounds
thing
fun.
I want to do is I want to kill a white dragon by basically I'm going to cast a fire spell, and then I'm going to transmute that fire spell to thunder, and this is the sound that's going to play.
Don't do. Oh, I know what you're doing.
You shouldn't have told him.
He said
I
this
told
so
you
many
guys
times.
so long
Yeah,
ago,
he said
yeah.
you said this in the beginning.
No. When the day comes, I'm gonna fart on a white dragon.
Okay, so
God.
I'm gonna kill
So
this
he's
white
out for the head of
dragon. No
Tiamat.
name, no.
I'm gonna go around this as we all go through what our goals are. So, starting with the new guy, the new Gee. What is your goal here?
Gee's ultimate goal is to stir up shit and hatred between the two major houses so that they tear themselves apart. I didn't say he was the best cop.
I see a theme going on here.
Well, that's what Leaf and Saris wanted to do as well before they left. So I guess you're just
Expecting
like,
one of these house heads to talk like fucking what's his name? Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Just full on Italian, so Nova get to work on it.
But from what I was told, the Dusang are frustrated in general because they can't really do their job against a certain level of noble and up sort of thing. So he's trying to get them to do the job against each other.
Yeah, so-
Interesting.
you're doing your job by
Oh yes.
Espionage,
Yes.
more or less.
Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. I'll do exactly what you
You
say, not
have
exactly what you meant.
Would you have something to do with the army outside of the city right now?
No, but I have some plans for them, if it all be said.
Jesus.
Okay, so your goal is
Carol the Vile.
to
Jesus.
is to
Yes.
stir up trouble
Yes.
and cause the major houses to have some interpersonal issues.
Yes, to exhaust themselves against each other.
Well, they're already I feel like
They're already at it.
kegs
I just
and gunpowder.
I
right
just
now.
want them to, I just want to push that level to the point where they start spending all their money. And
Can
all
you
their
do this
prestige and
in
everything else.
Gee's accent, please? We're getting repeated requests from chat.
Getting the requests.
No, you have to wait. I did it a little bit earlier. But,
That's true.
oh,
Yeah,
well.
right before we went live, he did do it. So
Not for you, Shannon. If you
well,
were here, you'd hear it.
yeah, that's
All
true.
for sure
That's
ever I
true.
wanted to do was cause the chaos, and some shit don't change no matter how many times you are who you are, right?
There you go.
There you
That's,
are.
that's the
Come to
accent.
me on the day we go to war.
Okay.
I can't believe it. They killed my boy.
Next
what they
up,
did to
And
my
it's okay,
boy.
Shannon. I'm doing French Canadian. I'm not competing with your French accent from Astrid. So
we're going to go next to Oryx/Sean. What are your goals, dreams, aspirations?
Just casually continue becoming a god.
Something
No.
about is there a daughter involved at some point?
Oh yeah, that's right. No.
You
obviously
terrible father,
Oryx-
you.
Oryx's number one goal has been
To forget about your daughter, apparently.
Yeah.
If he's not careful, he will. And like he forgot his parents and all that stuff, but that's my take on immortality. Anyway, Oryx's goal has been to find his daughter since the vision in last season. Like he's had a goal since then. He just has had no opportunities until now to do anything about it because he was murdered, or seemingly murdered, and then not murdered, but imprisoned and tortured, and then returned to plague, and destruction. And now he's like, well, I got out of there, so if these people want to help me, they'll help me. They seem to be going in the right direction, so I'll stick around with them. But Oryx's goal is his two main goals. One, find his daughter, doesn't know what he's going to do when he finds her, or how to mend that relationship, but he wants to. And then his second goal is to do whatever he can to, as he's always done, continue to create more autonomy for himself from reality, really, at the end of the day. He just doesn't like being bound to any of these rules of reality, so he's going to continue doing whatever he can. And you know what? Becoming a minor deity to some spiders seems like a good path for that, maybe. So he's also, for the first time in a while, scared of the thing that's in his eye. So that's good.
He's learning.
He is learning. I think it's because he died twice in a very short amount of time. And I think that's jostled his immortal brain. Where before it was like, well, I've been trapped in some holes before for a long time, or in a tree, or if his life, he's been trapped in a lot of places and found by people, because that's the number one concern of an immortal person, is getting stuck somewhere.
Yeah, you do not want to be like you as an immortal. I imagine you just like look at caves and like, no, I'm not going in there. If something happens, I'm stuck there forever.
Yeah.
Although you do need to eat, so eventually you would starve to death.
I would starve. Starve. I'm not immortal from food, but
very lucky I didn't take the banishment spell.
It's true. Or and I'm not very scared of banishment spells after the discussion last session about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, or could probably be dead if Sloan didn't find him in that tree. He'd starve to death.
So, do you want to know what the Driders and Titan and things like that call you nowadays? Because you haven't
if you're willing to tell me right now, but
I mean, I can drop a little bit of lore, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, Auric is, once he sort of gets a chance to understand what's happening, because he got a new silky hand that was made strong by flesh, but like he hasn't had time to process his new hand. It's going to be to the next session that he really understands, like, oh shoot, things are happening.
I mean, you probably want to practice on a hot dog before you take that one out for a swing.
Yeah, knowing full fucking well. This is.
It's gonna be like a Doctor Strangelove situation. I cannot control that.
Why didn't
Every
you
once
just
in a while
be a
you start
sorcerer
fondling
and take
yourself
wild
against your own will.
magic?
And we're going to move right along.
It won't let go.
That's why you don't ask me onto the streams, Nova.
Try to take off the shirt.
Anyways.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
The name that they call you at the moment is Auric Fateweaver.
Ooh.
Since
It's even better for the that's your name for Fool's Gold.
Yeah. Oh
Sure.
yeah.
You do have a tendency to send your enemies into the dark void of space. So they started looking at you as you were some divine creature, looking past the screaming that was probably going on as you did it. Because if I remember, you were like terrified of spiders, like.
Oh, Auric is still very afraid of spiders. After every encounter with the Driders, he would freak out and like have the chills and it would be terrible.
You should take.
That was the first episode that Sips Dingo played Sips with us, was when that really came into play, where Auric was terrified of spiders and then became their god.
Just wait until you meet the blind chitin priests who will like touch you, like make sure you are who you are. You just have 4 spider feelers just all over you. Yep, this is him.
This is our god, and he seems squeamish.
Why does he hate us? He shudders at our touch.
Why has he forsaken us?
Why are
Prompt more
there the
worship.
sounds of horror strings playing in the background?
There's nothing that prompts the worshippers to worship their god harder than when they reject them.
Yes.
We're clearly not loving him enough.
Oh no! Quick, wrap him in webs. He needs to be swallowed.
He's running away. Hug him with webs.
So,
Why is his heart beating faster?
Sloan,
Oh, never mind. It stopped.
He feels the love.
so
And
you
they
want
just
to
worship
become
Oric's corpse for the rest of time.
It
You
seems
wanna
like
become
his face is perspirating more than usual.
What would you like to say, Nova?
you want to become separated from reality, minus by the deity being your preferred way of doing that, and you want to have some. I know you're looking into your daughter. Do you have any other really like pressing, big things that you're like, yeah, definitely want to, do that?
I mean, sort of anything that Auric is doing is kind of serving those purposes. Like one of the big things is unlocking more magic. Is his sort of is more research, more of that. He's already started the program to rehabilitate his relationship with Gladstone, his familiar.
The 12-step program.
I was going to say that. Yeah. I admit.
I don't think it's that
I've come to
complicated.
apologize. Yeah, no,
I think it's a two-step program most.
It's a two-step.
Step
Yeah.
1, talk to my daughter. Step 12, become a god.
That's my big plan. Yeah.
And at some point
but,
along that line, repair my relationship with an owl.
Continue, Auric, please.
Yeah. I mean, I think Auric, can be pretty single-minded at times. He may have a long-term goal, and then suddenly there's a new goal that he's focused on. And I mean, that's why that's why he has a bad relationship with his daughter. But like generally speaking, anything to do with magic is going to distract Auric. I mean, a big part of his sort of what I coined as separation from reality is just bending magic, twisting magic, fucking with magic more, pissing off Saros somewhere out in the distance.
Okay, so this whole thing of gods and monsters that's been going on as the main plot, you're just like, become a god.
Well, I
Of
see
my
that
own.
as part of it. I mean, Auric is certainly invested in the ending of the Dragon Cult, and he's interested in figuring out that stuff because it's part of saving his daughter. In his mind, is saving the world in that sense. But it's sort of a happy accident, more so than he wants to save the world necessarily. Because his daughter, he knows there's this problem. The Dragon Call has kidnapped his daughter for a reason. It was said as much to him by the crazy creature in his eye. He's also got a sneaking suspicion that the creature in his eye has probably some stuff to do with the end of the world too. So that's also part of his suspicion. So I think it's, yes, a big goal of his is to figure this out, end the threat to the world. But it's really more so that is step 4 in his 12-step plan.
All right, I'm gonna come back to you and this in just a moment. I want to keep going through. So, Yarrow / Ignis / Arron.
Yeah.
You want to lose a certain moniker you've gained. But other than that, what is your and you want to fight the White Dragon? You said.
Yeah.
But do you have any sort of other overarching goals to do with what you've been sort of seeing going on in the story, or are you just kind of like, this is a wild ride that I'm going to go on with and just see where it ends?
So, my my main concern is that I am quickly being surrounded by very amoral people. And as the way I've been playing Ignis is that Ignis is very, I made him to be, two very different scenario kind of character who, based off of the situation, he's very kind, he's very gentle, he's very warm, he's trying to do his best.
Extremely
And
warm.
in a world in a world that does not treat people well, he will always try and put somebody else first. That's the reason why he gave up his years, is because, oh God, these people are the only people left alive probably in this city, and obviously they have powers and abilities that could be beneficial to everyone. And so I think as he's evolving, because keep in mind this is the second game I've ever played this character with. First time I played Ignis was with a private one-shot with Joe, Shelby, Cammy, and Davy before we did Belkanest. And he was a very kind, warm, always trying to help people with the general fear of cold. But also there was the main scenario of, how many times can this person handle, being fucked over? And I put the hard lock on 2. You screw me over once, I will attempt to do my best to mitigate the situation. Screw me over twice, that's it. You're being burned alive. I'm done with you. And as a man of faith, when I originally designed him, I very, very crusader-like in a way, and very in the name of God kind of deal. I really wanted to create characters that have very close attachments to their gods, because I'm a huge fan of the D&D gods. Like my first D6 campaign and my last D6 campaign had a lot to do with gods, which is not going to happen in what will be the new campaign hopefully next year. But I wanted to play for the first time with a character that had a very close connection to their faith, while also playing a cleric. But I didn't want to do the classical cleric, and I'm just like, well, I really want to play a spellcaster, and I was told about the Divine Soul subclass, and that's how I started building on top of, like, well, if I'm gonna have this dual nature kind of character, he'll have a dual nature of, like, being a pyromancer. Like, I strictly wanted it to be fire, because I love fire spells. They're fucking great in D&D. I wish there was other spells that had the same level of veracity as fire spells. But I also wanted healing spells. That way, if my party gets down, I can, turn heal and point at somebody and say, hey, healing word. That way, I could maintain both his characteristics and also his combat ability. Okay. And with the main goal in this campaign, I would just say he's a traveling priest. He is trying to do the right things. He's been heavily wronged before, and the moment that somebody sees him, shirtless, is that you're gonna see all the glowing scars and all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. But he's just trying to help people, and making a deal with the hag, that's helping somebody, because obviously this somebody must have been fucked over if they got put in a cage like that. And subsequently he's trying to help, I guess, a piece of himself, because eventually he'll try and reestablish a church towards the end of his life, towards the goddess of the sun and light. But as for, like, his main goals, it's that he desperately wants to get revenge on the white dragon that took out his village on the mountainside. Okay. So he doesn't know this dragon's name. He just knows that it was a white dragon, and there's not a lot of information. I sent the backstory, but I don't think it's too important right now. But yeah, hopefully in due time. In due time, we'll see what he does. But what I hope is that Ignis becomes a moral compass to the party, to say we need to stop destroying shit. We need to stop breaking towns when we leave them.
The white dragon that hurt your village right here.
That is beautiful.
Oh, he's not that big. The size of my head.
No, well, Like
a great
comparative to the white dragon I 3D printed, that's a pretty big fucking white dragon.
So, yeah. Anyways, we had a question from someone about what are you painting, Josh?
I am doing some scenery because it's mindless. I built this because it's D&D or Warhammer scale.
Yeah.
And so yeah, built it out of MDF, but then I covered tiny bits of sprue and then glued them on, which means you have to paint them laboriously and then slowly dry brush over the top. So what I'm currently doing is undercoating this part of the ruined building. But I'm paying attention, I promise. Oh yeah, it looks fucking sick.
We're about to get to Kelsey, but before we do, I will throw this out there. Speaking of models and whatnot, so in a while I'm going to start advertising a bit more about this, but we're going to be doing a fundraiser towards the end of the year, of which there is a large Garistro model as a giveaway so far, which will be painted nicely to be sent out as one of the prizes. We also have a alt cover of the Candlekeep Mysteries, and I'm trying to get an alt cover of probably is it Fizban's Dragon? I can't remember the name of the book right now.
Yeah, that's the one.
So they'll be part of it, but stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up towards the end of the year. Anyways, Kelsey, tell us
That's me.
all about your character's goals, aspirations, dreams.
Well, I wanted to try to get a happy ending, but apparently that's not possible. So
Well, Oric's got a new hand, so it is.
That's true.
No, a happy ending is possible. It's just whether or
Unlikely.
not we quit doing what just fucking happened.
So there is a possibility for a happy ending here, but the thing is, right? There's a cult trying to summon Tiamat.
yeah, that's
The
part
queen
of
of-
that's part one of like what I want. I want to destroy that cult.
Of course, okay. So you want to destroy the cult, and you have heard, or at least some of you have heard, that there's potentially something worse than Tiamat coming.
Oh,
That's what I
So
was gonna say.
it's a
yeah.
case of there's been some talk about, is releasing Tiamat the right thing to do, because you can hope that Tiamat will be able to kill this other thing that's coming while it's still in its infancy, or do you stop Tiamat and then hope that you all, or whoever comes after you, has the power to deal with the new bigger threat? So there is happy endings here, but it just comes down to what you all do and how you go about it. Because when I said it's an end of the world apocalypse story, it's not like the apocalypse is happening tomorrow. It's a year's thing, right? You're an Asimar, you're not going to live that long. So you might actually not even see it. But, you know, it's in the works.
Nova, I have a quick
It's the-
question.
Yes, and then we'll go back to
What is the timeline difference? Like, how long has it been since Heart of the Plains?
5 years.
Okay, not that long then.
And then this campaign, I think the timeline is like 6 to 9 months has been
Yeah.
so far now, and you include the time
That
jumps and
sounds
stuff.
about right.
So yeah. Anyways, Karen, continue with your telling me about the happy ending you're looking for.
I want to destroy the dragon cultist because I don't think that summoning Tiamat is going to help. I think summoning Tiamat is going to break something in the balance of what is keeping back something even worse. And so I want to stop Tiamat being summoned. And I want to warn people about pestilence, because I learned from my friend Felix from the Heart of the Plains that that's something that was released. So yeah.
Do you know how many of Pestilence's siblings are out and about?
I'm guessing But
Okay.
I know that
Isn't it
because
war?
death.
I thought it
Yeah,
was
the other two,
just death.
no.
I thought it was just war was out.
next.
Yeah.
I only know about pestilence and death.
Yeah, but you know that Death is currently floating back and forward on the River Styx, ferrying souls around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So he's not active yet.
Yeah. Other than that, I only know about one that is in chains, and that's the one that I think could potentially be like broken out if Tiamat is like brought. The other one, I have no idea.
Well,
Not that I can remember.
given what Sean was just saying, maybe at some point when you two have a chat in game, interesting revelations will be had.
Oh no, yeah, I've been picking up on that, and I'm just been here like, let me talk to this bad dad. I want to talk with him so bad.
Okay, so you want to stop the dragon cult and hopefully stop whatever's coming after. You think having the dragon cult do its thing is also going to aid whatever's coming. So
Yeah.
on that note, do you know basically what's going to happen with Tiamat? Because I know that the party had a sort of vision a long time ago about the breaking of Tiamat into individual heads. So what does Kelsey / Sarah know about all this?
I do know about some of the history with that, and that I believe that there is a beast that the elves, the forest, that they have that helps like protect it, that they had under their control until their freaking like priestess ascended, and so now they don't have that much control. I'm pretty sure that beast is one of the heads, and if that's not kept in check, that's going to be a big problem. Another one was before banished away into this place, but then Felix's team accidentally let it out.
Which color was that? Do you remember?
Green.
Green.
Right.
Yeah.
Green. So, and then you guys, well,
My bad.
Auric, it was, yes.
Thanks, Alistair.
Well, not really. You didn't really have a choice.
Fucking Kernanos' idea. Blame the god who asked us to do it.
Yeah, well, he was like, "This thing's gonna destroy all the Feywild. Can you help?"
And it-
You're like,
and
"Yeah,
it
don't
was."
worry." So you stopped it from killing all the Feywild, and it was like, "See you later. I'm off to the material plane."
And I love that
Uh,
it pops out and he goes like, all right, I got this. Throws a spear at it. Tiamat takes it and then goes, nah. And this is a nascent Tiamat, one of the heads, and just like, and just destroys Kernanos. And we're like, oh dear. Oh dear. We're like, can we help? And I was like, I don't know if we can. That guy's a beast.
You guys had expended like all the resources just getting that thing down. to
We killed the
expel
shadow dragon. It was hard.
shadow, yeah, from it, and then it kind of Hey, Stormfield, it has been a long time. It's good to see you, bud. You got rid of the shadows, and then it sort of was effectively a full health ancient green dragon underneath the shadows, and Kernaros was already weak because he's tied to the Feywild. So
There's that.
he did get stomped a bit, and it left. Then the party in season 1, with the help of Sips, managed to banish the green dragon with,
Oh, cool.
I believe it was Saros pulling some tricky shit.
Yeah, Auric
sounds legit.
used his orb, his eye, which wasn't his eye at the time, it was just an orb, to reverse initiative orders, to use his time magic to swap the dragon and Saros' initiative orders so that Saros could banish it at the last minute.
Yeah, and what had happened there was you were all, because of Sips's crazy wild magic, you're all transported to hell. So he was like, oh, we don't want it here, and you banished it back to where it had come from, which was the material plane. And then when you managed to return from hell, Saros was like, I'm gonna drop the banishment spell. I was like, oh no. So it then got returned to hell with no way to come back. So that was clever. And I was a little bit shocked that particular ending. So that's one head, and then the green. So where is the white, red, and I guess either blue or black, depending on which one you think is hidden away by the elves?
There is one that is definitely hidden away with the elves, but I don't have the color written down. Those are the only ones that I know about. I don't know about the other ones.
Anyone else have any ideas where they could be?
I mean, the white one was, unless it's the same one that Ignis had an issue with, the white one destroyed a mountain, or was in a mountain and came out of it, and a very, very previous party in this world saw that, and it's with the previous owner of the lightning blade. One of the previous owners of the lightning blade. You are the third, I think, in this world.
Third time's the charm.
Oh, well, yeah, we hope. That one, it burned down a major, I believe, dwarven city on the way out.
Yeah.
Hearing about that.
And
So that was about
that was really the
600
last
years
we
ago.
saw of it.
I think that one is just rampaging, right? It's just
Yeah,
muck.
Well, yeah, it's running amok is a bit. It is loose, but it's not. You haven't seen it do much, which is scary for a mountain-sized dragon just to be disappearing.
Our only experience with it was when it flew by and it ripped off the rooftop of the tavern we were in.
Yeah,
And that's it. It's the only, and then we have no idea where it went. And we know
Sounds
it doesn't have
benign.
this- a few tavern roofs. We can deal with that.
I believe you guys have seen the red as well somewhere. Do you remember?
Did we see the red? Where did we see the
Oh,
red?
the face of a GM saying, "I dropped the hook right in front of you. Didn't you see it?"
When you say you guys, do you mean the TSA guys?
The TSA guys. Season 1 it happened.
Okay, good. So I'm not being an idiot. I didn't watch that season.
See the red.
Where you saw it when you with Sips right at the end of the season, and you did some plane hopping, and it was wandering about somewhere, and you were like, "Oh no, that's scary."
This has been wiped from my brain for some reason.
Oh,
Or it just doesn't care.
I think Kelsey just remembered because I think she watched the episode.
maybe
This was at the very end of the season.
I think so. Kelsey, what do you?
I feel like it was also in hell,
It was we did.
but
we
I
were
might be
over by an hour
misremembering
and a half,
because
I think so.
my memory's bad today. But I feel like you guys also saw a very big dragon like on chains in hell, and you were just like, "No, I don't want to."
Oh wasn't that in the vision that Leaf had of hell from what's his name? Dispater.
There was that, but also when you guys got moved to hell, since you have correctly identified it, I'll explain it again. You were there, and you're fighting inside like the temple, which also had plane shifted, and this just massive shadow fell across the temple. And as you sort of like looked out, it's just like, "Oh hey, giant red dragon that's had its wings torn off and is now covered in chains and devils riding it. We will deal with our current problem before looking back at you." And because you were dropped into Avernus right in the middle of like a battle in the Blood War, and you're like, we have so many things to deal with right
That's
now.
probably why I don't remember, because I was pretty focused on the green one in front of me.
Yeah, Kinora, green one, lots of things
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
Everyone just looked at it.
That
and
was like the 10th monster we saw that night. So
It was a full-on night, to be fair. Okay.
I gotta
And if
say,
it
tonight
didn't
has been
seem like a
super
threat.
useful for catching up on lore in this game.
Yeah.
It's going to pay back a ton next week for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, look, you guys, I know that Yara hasn't watched the first season. He's been filled in a lot of what happened in the second one. Josh wasn't around for the first one. Kelsey did watch it all, and Kevin, you're super new, so I was like, this is useful as a
Oh, yeah.
recap session, a little bit of just chilling out. Does anyone have anything they want to ask, either in chat, in party, anything now. I will give a little lenience to lore drops, but I won't spoil big things. So feel free to ask. You might get lucky.
Hey yo, where's my dad?
You dead. Because you're a fire genasi, which makes you of like super interesting to
Ooh, is his dad on a free?
Yo,
super interesting to the Dusang, who are bound to fire elementals.
yeah.
So they're gonna see you and just be like,
So we've actually talked about it. I think a little bit.
a little bit.
The idea of, you know, where Ignis came from, because even Ignis doesn't know where he came from.
Yeah,
He
Ignis,
just showed up on a mountainside one day as a baby.
yeah, pretty much. So we're not sure if you know there was some affair between mortal and, you know, fire genie, and it was just like, I don't want this, and just got yeeted out of the fire plane to land on the mountainside, or if there was some sort of other thing going on.
We don't know. Maybe there might be a civil war happening on the plane of fire.
There is definitely things happening.
Don't give
on
him
the plane of fire.
ideas.
I will give you a bit of lore from the game that started this world. It was a home game I ran for 2.5 years with some people that have appeared on the channel, and they were trying to reawaken the gods, and they needed a lot of power. Some devils were still around, all the gods were gone, and magic was starting to come in, but there was a rift opened to one of the lower planes. It was like the 40th layer of the abyss, and they was like, cool, evil is leaking out to the world, we need gods around to stop, to balance things out.
Yeah.
So they pretty much traveled into the abyss, through the abyss, to get to hell, and be like, you guys at least make deals and just won't kill everything. We know it's not the best plan, but we got to go with what we can right now. We could. What can we do to get enough power to help do things? And they set up a ritual, which took a long time, a lot of things, and effectively there was a Arcanist, because we were playing Pathfinder, who was a pyromancer, and through using Despater, who else was there? There was Despater. There was something called Typhon, who used to rule the first layer of Hell, who took over after Sariel left. And there was, and I have forgotten her name, someone help me, Asmodeus's daughter, 6th layer of Hell.
Lilith?
No, something else. Someone will know. Chat, help. Someone's just gonna Google Asmodeus's daughter, and
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember her name.
but you know who I'm talking about, right? Okay.
I do know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
She's like liar, spy, thief style thing, who I think assassinated the previous person that was in the 6th layer to become the power there. Anyways, those three together, along with reaching out to a nascent god of death, Glacia, that's correct. Reached out to a nascent god of death that had started to ascend, and was like, okay, we know you want in on this. The god of death before obviously is gone. What if you became the new one? To get this power, we want to get this little pyromancer, who obviously got affinity with fire, to just, you know, absorb the plane of fire. We're going to take that into himself to give him a massive power boost, to rip his way through the planes to get to where he wants to go. Because there's still connections to the elemental planes, just not the higher and lower planes in a lot of cases. So we did that, and it worked. Out of like many checks and DCs and stuff, his name was Madrigal, who chose from other places. He is now known as the Mad Prince. He eventually made a small, very limited plane of fire, which he sort of oversees, but he also has his own plane which connects between the plane of fire and the 2nd layer of Hell. And he's effectively one of the devil gods. So, if you go there, because there's definitely things going on, in the fire plane because of that guy. But he's reorganized it to be a very industrious place. He gets a cut of everything. Anything you do there, he will know about. If you make any deals, some of your money or items or anything goes to that deity.
So the plane of fire.
So, very long story to get you to, the plane of fire is definitely where Ignis has got a daddy in. And if you want to go there and find him, go nuts. I'm not gonna stop you. The dice might.
Well, we got a small list to go through first.
Yeah.
Right.
Cara Sophia has a question. I should point out, Thunderscape 7, our artist is Brepai. Brepai does all of our art, and I've links to their stuff in chat. Brepai is amazing, and their artwork is top shelf. Secret weakness of the final BBG. Go for it, Nova. Is it spiders?
Let me. You know what? I'm just gonna open.
Well, Oryx weaknesses.
Oryx weaknesses. Oryx weaknesses
That's
are.
funny because the answer to both those questions is the same thing: ego.
Family obligations.
Power of friendship.
I'm just gonna open up.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Resisting, sassing holy men.
She is immune to everything.
That's usually how that works.
Acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, force, necrotic,
Wasn't
psychic.
you that was just like, yo, gods are stupid. Stop having faith in gods. I want to be a god.
Have faith in me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds about right.
So I was saying
The
before we
two
went live,
make perfect sense together because you disbelieve all the gods. Then you become one. That way you're the only one. You don't have to listen to the rest of them natter.
Also, it's very like you shouldn't
Very
have
godlike.
faith in gods. I'm trying to be a god, and you shouldn't have faith in
You
me.
shouldn't have faith in me.
It's very honest.
My
You
big
believe
bad
in me.
from my big bad from D6 had the same idea. Hey, all these gods don't know what the fuck they're doing, so I'm gonna hit the reset button on the universe, and then I'm gonna run the show.
Yeah.
I think-
Nova, the backstory tonight really helped me too because now I get why your world is so tight. Like there's you said 2.5 years before, and then what, 3 seasons on top of that?
5.
there was
5 seasons. Okay.
2.5 years. I'd already been writing the world for about 5 years before that. Then there was a game on stream which we didn't record because things went bad, which went for 12 episodes. And then after that, there was a
That's
follow-up
Heart of Plains.
campaign, which was Heart of the Plains, which went for 12 episodes, I believe. And then after that, we've got here, which has gone for 3 seasons, probably going for a couple more. So yeah, there's a lot.
Well, but like I said, it just makes sense to me because the bits that I've watched and just talking to you or listening to you talk about it, there's no empty spaces in this world. And as somebody who just makes it up on the fly and it's all empty space, it boggles me the amount of effort you've put into this world.
Oh, it's how
I'm
many
looking forward
novels
to playing
worth
it.
of notes? You said it's
My-
100,000 pages.
my home brewery like PDF that I've been just working on is 111 pages. My notes for just our campaigns, there's about 40,000 words. So there's a lot. At some point, I will start. It'll have to be on Patreon. It's like I'll start like releasing like just chunks of the campaign notes so you can sort of see what could have happened. But yeah, it'll be a time probably after Christmas. I start working.
Nova prepares way more than any other DM I know.
Yeah. And like I said, as somebody at exactly the opposite end of the spectrum, I respect that so much. Your worlds are so much more 3-dimensional than mine.
Thanks. I like to hear what you guys like. I tend to go and make some notes about what is happening, and then start going. If I was playing, I would do this, or this, and then just expanding that out in this spreadsheet that goes forever. And then at the end of it, I ask you, like right before you start playing, so what are you guys thinking of doing? and I'll just highlight the boxes in the spreadsheet of the chain that would be most likely happening, so I know roughly where you're going. So yeah, it's a thing. My worst thing is I always forget to prepare enough NPCs and practice voices and stuff like that. So you'll be like, oh, we're going to the tavern. Like, yeah, got the tavern name. What's going to happen there? What you will say to someone there, what they would say back. Oh, I don't have their name or what region they're from, what their voice. I'm like, this is Stan. He's...
Excuse me, his name was Bob. We left him behind.
You know, tonight, look, I don't
And he's
wanna,
fine.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I had tonight as Bob's return, and then things happened badly. So
why is it not the title of the episode?
Because it was gonna be a surprise, but you know, I just thought...
That's what he meant by re-arrival.
Next week it'll be Bob's return.
It's like there was a GI Jehovah walked up to the fucking laneway the other day. Hey, what's your name? Bob. Bob, get off the fucking property.
It's gonna suck for Bob because the only party member there is Oric, and Oric definitely does not remember Bob.
Cool.
My name's Bob.
He was nice.
Smash him with the one end of the stick.
It's gonna take some significant reminding for Oric to remember who
Bob is not a smart man either, so he'll have problems with this.
I imagine he's just gonna be like,
cool,
"Where's the
I
cat?
can share a
Where's
brain
the cat?"
cell with him.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else you'd like to talk about, no other questions, we'll probably end it there. We've been just chatting for an hour and a half, and we're still getting frame drops. I will prepare a couple backup texts for next week, so that if it happens on one person's PC that we're getting frame drops, we'll try someone else and we'll get it working. I hope.
Had I had a bit more time, I probably would have teched for you guys, but fuck, I don't know how to set up Zoom. Have you not been updating and securing your PC like a...
No one does that.
Like a good boy? Yeah.
No, I have not.
So before we go, because I'll get everyone to do their goodbyes and I'll shout out a few things as well. But I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention what possibly put, because I was very tired and I was also a little bit of a bad mood when we started, just because I was woken up very early by my partner leaving at stupid o'clock. And then I joined the call and good old Yarrow sounded like he was sucking helium, and it was just the best thing ever. It just brightened up my entire day.
That's
and immediately we changed moods, like almost as if he exchanged his agitated card for my happy card.
Yeah. Possibly the best bit, because it wasn't you, it was your mic, and your dog started barking, and having it was
Banjo.
So
chimed in with
it. I never put hands on my dog, but when I yell at my dog,
I know
it's like putting the fear of God into that boy.
That's the same thing with like my pets. I'll never hurt my pets, but my cat will jump up here, walk across my keyboard while I'm typing, and I'm just like, if you've backspaced my notes, cat, I just like growl at it, it just looks at me, and just bolts out the room.
Gotta speak their language.
Yeah.
He's passed out over on the bed right now, but I can annoy him because he's been annoying me all day, all fucking day. I have no time for myself.
I'm gonna start with, let's have a look here. We'll start with, since Shelby's gone, we'll be like, hi, check out Shelby, whistle while you work. She does cool stuff. She's doing Into the Firewood right now, and that's awesome. She plays on Necrohunt with Yarrow, which is run by Joker Whistler. There we go.
I have fat fingers. Leave me alone.
I'm Luna. I am such a badass. I have 2 swords, and
That does sound like her.
Cursed by the Raven Queen.
Someone clip that and send it to her, please. Someone clip that. But yeah, she's
gonna get me real good, and
she's awesome.
I would
she helps out a lot.
never do that in front of her, but definitely behind her back.
She's awesome. She helps out a lot. She does.
You just did both if they clip it.
And stuff for me.
Yeah, Shelby, watch. I want to hear what you have to say.
And she is going to be playing, hopefully, in the Fool's Gold one shot that I run on November 6th. Moving on to Ignis. or Yarrow or Arron. Tell us who you are, where you're from.
Hi, I'm Luna. So, hi, I'm Arron. I'm otherwise known as Yoroshian. I'm the creator of a show called How to Be an Adventurer, which is a Danmachi abridged series, as well as the Dungeon Master for D6 Dawnright, or what was D6 Dawnright. The next D6 campaign will be named something completely different. I am currently getting ready to go on a mini vacation next week. I'll be out in the middle of Arizona for reasons that I will not get into. I just posted a video today talking about death, specifically in media as a character, and and there will be an update video hopefully coming out this Sunday as I'm leaving. So if you guys are interested in all that, there'll probably be some links in the chat. So if you are welcome to come by, say hi, leave a comment, give a subscribe, and or tell me I'm ugly and I'll know it's you and I never want to speak to you again. Have a good day.
All right. Next up, then, we'll go with Sean, Mr. Paradise himself from Paradise Productions.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sean. As Nova said, I am Mr. Paradise himself. I am the creative director of Paradise Productions, and we make nerdy content over there. Right now, primarily our flagship show, Advantage in Paradise, where Shannon and I play. I am the DM. Shannon plays her feisty rogue Scarlet. And we're looking to do some expansions of programming in the new year. So it's all behind the scenes and planning right now. But yeah, we do a bunch of different variety programming throughout the week and play D&D on Mondays and soon to be more. So check us out over there. You can find me on all social media at Odo_Sean. I was supposed to be Auric tonight, and I will be Auric next week. And I will potentially be Weaver Auric on the 6th.
Can I get you to do me a favor there, Sean? Much like Yarrow sort of did a Luna/Shelby impersonation, I would like you to do a Shannon.
Yes.
And we want to have a little bit of Sloan and a little bit of Scarlet, and just as scathing as possible if you could. I know she'll love you for it.
I feel like I want to do like her being very short with someone, because I think that's
It'll be you.
It'll be you or me. Yes, we're going to hear about it.
Oh, well, Sloan is you can almost not mock Sloan because everything she says is so sweet.
Yeah,
but
you can.
But you can, yeah. Putting me on the spot. I can't do it. I can't do it. Shit.
Okay, well at least start with
Hi everybody, I'm Shannon Roby. It's Roby. It's 24 or at all underscores and so forth and on the internet. Please.
Yeah, that's a really good impression of Shannon. I bet you she is asleep on her couch right now and missing this.
Yeah.
But yeah. What are you talking about? That's like that's very very much Scarlet.
Fine.
Yes. There she is. And then Sloan, I'm Sloan and I would like some creamy brulees. Oh no, I killed the man.
Oh no, I'm covered in his blood.
Oh no, another man is dead. Oh no, more blood. Where's Shadow Barrington? Where's
300 people?
Oh no, I accidentally killed 300 people.
I could just imagine almost
unkind.
like this comic or like almost animation cartoonishly style, me and Sean sitting on a couch making fun of all the other players, and all you hear, and as the camera quickly pans to the door being kicked in of Shelby and Shannon, it is like
fire in their
something you want to
eyes.
say. Yeah, fire in their eyes, and where we both go collectively. Ah!
That would be really funny, actually.
Yes, that fine was very on point for Shannon. So we'll keep that there, and we'll move to the next person along, which is Kelsey.
That's me. So, hi, I'm Kelsey, also Roguzu on Twitter and YouTube, where I draw a lot of things, and then where I tell the story of my baby GM days when I did my first game of Atlantis. And next month, I'm actually also running a 2-shot here on Roll for Damage. So, yeah, that's going to be fun.
Very exciting.
And
Who's playing in that right now?
that's going to be Shelby, Cammy, Dipper from the Mercenaries Mischief. And those are the only like 3 right now.
Okay.
So, which I'm fine with.
Okay. If we find a fourth, great. If we don't, we'll see what you're doing. Okay. So let's see who's next. We have Josh / Sloan as our next person. Tell us, who are we from?
Hi everybody, I'm Josh the Pirate. You can normally find me here on Roll for Damage on Monday nights, AWST, where I DM the Humblewood game, where Sean came over and bad dadded for us for a few sessions before I... Look, it was the only way we could have had him exit. It was my only exit strategy for Laz. Was I'm like, well, he's going to have to die heroically, otherwise he is going to live long enough to see himself become the villain. Yeah, but it was an epic outro, and then he wrote us a lovely letter. And it was extremely beautifully received. Other than
Mitch
that,
read it so well.
yeah,
Mitch
I know,
read it,
right?
It was so good.
Yeah. Other than that, you can find me in the real life meat space in Fringe, where I am one half of Paparotica, the erotic puppet show that comes to Fringe every year. We are going for year 7. Yes, that double entendre was intended. Beyond
It's not the double entendre, it's the implication.
Oh, yes. We basically, if you imagine 50 Shades of Grey but read aloud by Sesame Street characters, that. But better written, because my wife writes it. Beyond that, what else do I do in the
You
place?
need an Elmo voice, I'll be right there.
My character Yusuf does that. He's pretty close to that. Yes, I also have my own channel, Corsair's Cove, twitch.tv/Corsair's Cove, where I do more Humblewood. That's we've just made affiliate, so you can now subscribe. Thamior did it this morning. I was very nice to see. So, guys, thank you so much. Nova, tell us about yourself.
Oh, we've got one more. We got to talk about.
We do.
Kevin.
Well, Kevin's the guest. He goes last.
No, he goes now.
I go now. I like that. You always save the host for last. First of all, Dipper Dog is a blast to work with. I had the pleasure of working with them in Mercs and also on some of the one-shots that we did over on Dirty 20. I'm Kevin. Dirty 20 Gaming is where you can find us Fridays, Saturdays. Well, the Fridays that I'm not here, moonlighting on the side and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then Saturdays, we've got a masks game, Heroes 101. A bunch of very angsty, just post-teenagers trying to come to terms with their powers and being an adult all in the same week. And it's hysterical, and it's deep, and it's emotionally bent, and it's wonderful. That's Saturdays at noon Pacific. And then almost to make up for that, somebody suggested I run Storm King's Thunder, and I don't like doing modules because they keep telling me what to do. So I just break it. And then because of that, it has turned into kind of a dark comedy. So we're doing that, and I keep apologizing to Wizards, but I'm going to stop because it's a lot of fun. And then on the Fridays when I'm not here, as if to make up for all that joy and wonderment, we have a game called The Unwanted, where I asked 4 of the dark bastards that I know, because there's got to be at least one dark bastard at every table to make it real. I invited 4 of them to the same table and said, bring me unredeemable characters. And we're starting at level 14. Go. And the first fight was a white dragon. So it was great fun. And they're waiting for you guys to stop inviting me here so we can move that adventure forward. But a couple of them are watching, but they can wait. So, yeah.
Nice to know what your
Thank you
priorities are.
very, very much for bringing me here. Nice meeting those of you I hadn't met before. And it was great seeing those of you that I had again.
We are always glad to have you, Kevin. And hopefully we'll have you more often. We have obviously pushed, like, we were going to be here for 3 weeks, and then we did this, so you might end up
Yes.
being here a little bit longer if that's all right.
I all my Fridays are free, and I can hear them cringing in chat. But all my Fridays are free. This is a blast.
All right. Hi, I am Nova. I run Roll for Damage. This is my big show. I mean, like we said earlier, making this world for a while. We have a bunch of plans coming up. We have Humblewood on Mondays, which is standard. We are hoping to get a live game going next year. There's work being done. Me and Josh talking about that. We are expanding our YouTube content to be more than just VODs, but that's obviously a work in progress. I have Shelby and Kelsey both helping me with that, so thank you very much. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I have sponsors and people to thank. Whoops. Hey, Hero Forge, I didn't forget you. Thank you very much for being awesome and stuff. I feel awful for forgetting about this.
Hero Forge. It's
Yes.
a great way to
Save
create
me.
miniatures to play with in your games. I have so many that my desk is basically just a pile of them. It is causing me a bit of anxiety because they break sometimes, but they're very great. They're awesome. I have a lot. You can customize them. They've got all sorts of stuff, different ancestries, different heights, different sizes, different colors. You can have them color it for you, paint it for you, or you can paint them yourself. You can order from several different materials as well, from plastic all the way to a very nice metal, as well as digital files to print it yourself. They're very versatile, great sponsors. They and you know, even before I came here on Roll for Damage, I was using them all the time, and sometimes I just go on there and make characters just because it's fun and order them, even though I'll never bring them to a game because they're cool. They're nice to have. I step on them all the time.
There's the two other geese.
Nice.
Oh,
and
nice.
again, the bright one is the original gi. That is printed and painted by them. That was home printed and painted by me.
Nice.
So there's the
Uh,
and that's the two before this. I have
I
made
have
the
a
third
bunch of-
one, and I will probably end up ordering it. I'm not gonna lie. So
The cool thing is that they now they print in color plastic now, which is
Yes.
excellent.
that's
Yeah, this
That's
one
this
is
one.
one of their
that's
printed colored
printed in colored
plastics.
plastic there. Yeah.
They
Scarlet.
have
Scarlet.
their latest thing, because every Tuesday they bring out more content, and this week past I believe they had Scars decals. So I've
Yep.
actually been going back to like my old fighters, barbarians, that sort of stuff, and scarring them up. I kind of wanted to talk to Shannon maybe after this if she's free, though it's very late, I know, to see how messed up we can make Sloan with all scars and cool things.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Once again, I want to say thank you to Sirenscape for the music, which I don't even know if I hit play on, but we use them usually, so I'll say thank you anyway. Mine's just so low I can't hear it. And also to Bree for the art, Josh for teching, and finally, Dingo, Felix, Hit Point Press. Good God, I want to play with your giant Tarask mini. It is 12 inches tall. It's bigger than my cat.
Motherfucker.
I have plans for that thing. The fact that Felix mentioned on Twitter that there is a dire Tarask in the book makes me so happy. I'm going to be messaging him about that this week and be like, yo, can I get the rules for that before the book? I've already paid for the book.
It's also basically just a 3.5 Tarask.
Yeah. So
Also, this is the biggest power move against
Put the
this is the biggest
put the
power
claws back
move.
in it.
against
Yeah,
players.
this is also the biggest power move to Wizards of the Coast because they have not fucking ever released a Tarask, and some people on the internet managed to beat them to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Wizards, you're lagging.
You heard it here
So-
first.
Bit rough from us to say lagging this week, though. So
Yeah. That was,
Oh.
speaking of double entendres, yeah.
So yeah, thank you very
Guess
much.
who's going to be out of focus all of next week?
Thank you very much to Hit Point Press and Dingle Felix for releasing your book. We are going to be doing a few sponsored one shots like we mentioned. There is one on the 20th of October in an Australian time slot. I believe it will be 8 p.m. AWST. And there'll be
Wednesday
one on
night?
Wednesday night. And one on the 6th of November, which will be our US time slot. We are still talking about the exact time because we have people from all over the US who I'm sure want to go to bed at a reasonable time. So we'll get to that soon, and we'll get it up on our Discord and Twitter and all the rest of it. And lastly, check out the panels below. You can find all the info. Check out our Discord, check out our Twitter, check out our stuff for YouTube. We will be having a big old fundraiser giveaway towards the end of the year. So stay tuned for more info on that. Let's find someone to raid. I think Fourth Culture is live, and they're cool. They're just doing
Sounds
some.
great.
What are they doing at the moment? They are not playing a game. They are modding some stuff into Tailspire for their Vampire the Masquerade's game. So that could be cool to watch if you've ever wanted to learn more about Tailspire. You should go there and have a look. I will set the raid up now. And before we go, we're going to ask you to stick around just for a little bit to watch an ad, just so that it supports the channel a little bit. So, yeah, we'll see you all soon. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.